Hi, Geminis. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your March 2026 Psychic Singles Prediction. Today, I'm going to ask our spirit guides, what is next in love? What's coming towards you? Please use this reading to help you to manifest a love or to confirm a love that may have come into your life. I do have some charms. I have some initials, and we're going to get lots of love messages. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided. Let's call in our angels and our spirit guides. Let's see what spirit wants for you today. Spirit, I ask that you send loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you need us to hear? I call upon you for loving messages. I am listening for you now. I have always the number 34. So, I'll always love you. There are people that no matter who they are or where we are in our lifetime, I'll love you forever. Sometimes we part ways, but they're still a big part of our life. We still will always love them, but there's a sense of always here. So we'll start with that. I have human myth. Okay, a book, the number 63. A little bit of a, is the myth a fairy tale? Is the myth a happily ever after is for everybody? I believe that. I believe that there's somebody for everybody. I believe that spirit only wants us all to be happy and loved and to be loved. That's why we're here on this earth. So I don't feel like it's a myth. I feel like it takes time and situations. Everybody has a different timeline and a different path, but that open book energy always is, there's a long ways to go. So it looks like that open book is in the middle. It could be this is the middle of your story. This is the middle of your life, depending on your age. And there's a long way to go, or you have a long way to go. So there could be a lot of moving parts and pieces in your life, and we want to keep believing. Spirit, please share with me. I have ivy. Okay. Feels very Irish to me, that ivy. Now, ivy grows everywhere. Ivy is one of those plants that you plant it and it grows, it attaches to things. Spirit just said it wraps around things. It has a tendency to cling. So they're saying a sense of permanency. It's really hard to get rid of some ivy. So I do feel like this feeling of wrapping around you. So is this a new love that's coming in that is just encompassing you? Something like that. So let's see, I have a jewel of the sea at the bottom of my deck. So you're a jewel, you're a gem. Okay. You're something special. Okay. The sense of special, the sense of gem. There's always that, people are so particular. We don't fall in love with everybody. We aren't even attracted to everybody. That's an understatement. So when we do find somebody on either side, they've got to be special to either get over that hurdle of, I'm minimum attracted to you. Okay. So, and then, do I like you? Do we get along? Do we have things in common? I mean, they're, on and on. But there has to be something special to begin with. Spirit, please share with me. I have a Fool, a new journey. Okay, new love for many of you. I have Temperance. I have a Knight of Pentacles. And I have an Emperor. So who is this Emperor? Okay. This Emperor looks so determined, doesn't he? I feel like this Emperor is pretty strong. There's a sense of boldness to them. There's a sense of very high self-esteem. They could be used to getting what they want. They could be used to fighting for what they want, or they have a tendency to win in a lot of situations because they don't give up. You know, they put in the effort. They're saying they have lifetime achievements. Okay. This person is, they're saying well off. I don't know what well off is. Financially secure. And I feel like this person is, like I said, there's a sense of boldness. There's a sense of strength to this. And there's a little bit of a I'll never give up on you energy also. I feel like right now, this person could be coming into your life as a very strong force. And I feel like you've been kind of going slow and steady. Might be a little much for you. It might. You may be a little overwhelmed because you probably have been going at your own pace. You probably have created a lifestyle that works for you. You do what you want when you want. You have friends and family. You have a routine. You're doing your own thing is how I feel. And I feel like you've found a sense of peace. I feel like you have found a lot of balance in your life. And then all of a sudden, you know, here comes this grasshopper. And this one thing about grasshoppers is they take off, right? You know, you go to grab it and it's like, whoo, they take off. So there's a lot of jumping around. There's a lot of jumping energy. So you could be, I'm going to say, out of your routine more than anything, because it could be, they're saying spontaneity is how they want to share it with you. That this, which might be fine for you, might be a nice break. But this person comes in and they're probably like at a spur of a moment, you know, like, hey, what are you doing? You want to go out? You want to grab a drink? You want to get dinner? What are you doing tomorrow? You know, so there's not like this huge planning energy. There's a, I want to say flying by the seat of your pants energy. So this person is very spontaneous. And you may be that, you may love that, or you may be, I'm getting very overwhelmed because we're jumping around. I'm having a hard time kind of planning things, you know, because if I have a choice between, unless I have future plans, but I kind of feel like I need a little bit more time. So maybe that's something that you can work on. But I feel like this person is just excited to see you again. And they're saying, you know, like, if they have time in their day, they're trying to get you, they're trying to make time for you is what they're doing. So I'm going to go with this excited to see you again. Now, you may just now be meeting this person, or like I said, you have a date and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, what are you doing now? You know, I want to see you again like tomorrow. So that's somebody who's really interested in you. I have the Seeker. Here's a Hermit. Okay. So I'm going to pull you out of that Hermit energy. I have a 5 of Cups. I have a 10 of Cups. And I have an 8 of Cups. Okay, so part of me feels like I need to remove thoughts of this person's moving too fast. Okay, I mean, you can slow it down. You're attaching that they're moving too fast with they only want one thing. And I don't feel that way. I feel like they're just a really strong personality. They're used to getting what they want. They're used to getting, you know, winning the prize, so to speak. And they see you as, I want you in my life. I like you being in my life. I enjoy you. And it's just, I feel like it's just such a big change from the routine that you have, that the fears are coming in. Bottom of the deck, I have a King of Cups. No, their intentions are pure. Okay. So I want you to override that they only want one thing. If they're constantly seducing you, and then that's not your person. This person, you know, is looking more for, I can really be happy with you. Okay, yeah, I'm bold. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to say demanding. That makes them sound too negative, but they're a strong personality. And maybe that's perfect for you. Maybe you want a strong personality. You don't want meek and mild. You don't want somebody wishy-washy. You don't want somebody who doesn't know what they want in life. Like, this person knows what they want in life. So they're looking for somebody that's their equal. They're looking for somebody who also will jump to the surface, you know, and say, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, spontaneity is fun, right? I mean, we don't want it all the time. We want some some planning, you know, so you can plan your days. But there's also some charm to spontaneity. There's also this sense of, hey, what are you doing? And can I swing by and pick you up? And, you know, let's just go grab a bite to eat and get out of the house. You know, that you know, that's kind of fun. So I think that, but I think the reason why it's spontaneous is because this person, you're on their mind, and they just are trying to see you as often as they can. So I feel like that's what's going to happen. Spirit, please share with me. I have silent reflection, winding down and checking in with your inner voice. They're saying that you're on the fence with giving up your peace. You're on the fence. Am I going to be giving up my peace and serenity and quietness with this type of personality coming into my life? So I'm going to say you can have both. I'm going to say that this person's busy with other things. They're saying, yeah, now it's spontaneous. Yeah, I want to be with you. When we're in a kind of routine relationship down the road, they're going to go off and do their business. They're going to go off and work. They're going to go off and they've got projects, you know. So you'll have your time, they'll have their time, and then we'll have time together. But it is a sense of, I'm afraid to give up my peace. But you got to give up something if you're going from being single to a relationship. You've got to know that some of your time is going to be shuffled into something else. I have an earth energy, grounding yourself in nature. Your ancestors are guiding you. Okay, your spirit guides are guiding you. Just a sense of inner knowing, in a trusting energy that I want to believe that spirit knows better than I do this time. I want to know that spirit's putting somebody in my life that is perfect for me, because the choices maybe I've made in the past, I didn't make the best choices. So maybe you're saying, I want to hand it over to somebody else. Like, you pick it, you know, you pick my person this time. So a little bit of that. I have achieved fruition. What you've worked for reaches its culmination. I have prosperous, peaking, celebrate. Yeah, you know, this person, they're saying, I want to offer you the world. Okay. So they could be in a good place. They could be, you know, we could have a beautiful life together. And maybe you can see that when you meet them, just based on, you know, who they are, what they're doing, the kind of lifestyle that they have already. But I want to offer you the world. I want you to do it with me. It is really how it's coming in. Let's get some initials. Let's see. First, some of you may have somebody on your mind. First initials, last initials. I have the letter R, another R. I have a V, E, P, N. I have an F. I have a G, I, C, L, D, T, and the letter M. Okay. And these are letters, but they are first letter, second letter of a name, first name or last name. So these could be connecting you also. Let's see. I have an N-A, G-A, J-A, A-N-J-U. I have an A-M-A-S-U-H-A, and let's get one more. I have an S-A. Okay, so definitely some of you are going to connect to that, and others of you, they're just leads. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you need us to know at this time? What is coming to my Gemini today? I have youthful energy. I'm going to put the spontaneity with that things come up that maybe they weren't aware of. And they're like, hey, there's a band playing, do you want to go out tonight? It's just like a local band at the local bar. Hey, there's an outside concert. I didn't know that was happening tonight. Do you want to go? So maybe there are things that come up even in the local community or in your kind of vicinity. But they have the energy. They have the energy. They like to do things. This is somebody who's pretty active. They like to do things. They like to be out and about. I would say they're probably very social. Their career could be very social, something like that. I'm in real estate. I'm in sales. Something that they're out meeting people a lot, networking, things like that. I have smooth skin. Okay, I love it. I have smooth skin and beautiful lips. Education. Okay, so that's coming into me as I work with kids. That could be on either side. That could be you. I work with kids in some way. Childcare, education, teacher. I need a job. I'm unemployed. I don't think this person's unemployed right now, but I do feel like it's almost like if a change in their career happened, it pushed them into something else. Okay. That I lost my job, 10 years ago. So it pushed me to go out on my own, something like that. It pushed me to make a bigger decision that I don't ever want to be in this position ever again. So they could own their own business, something like that. Tattoos. Okay. I have somebody who has tattoos. I have stingy with money. I don't know about that. I feel like this person's spontaneous and generous. I'm going to go the other route, that you can't be with somebody who's stingy. That might be something that really turns you off. It doesn't mean they have to be paying for everything or dropping wads of money on you or buying you gifts. But nitpicking money, or, they're cheap with giving a tip when you go out and you're like, oh, that's not enough money, like this poor waitress, I just feel like it's something you can't tolerate. I feel like that's probably one thing that you would look at as a huge red flag, that you're just like, because you're generous, Spirit's saying, and you just can't be with somebody who isn't generous. You just can't. So I'm going to go with that. I have an officer. Okay. Maybe they're in a position like a CEO, CFO, something like that. I have picky. They know what they want, is how that came into me. Like, you check all the boxes. Okay. And I want you in my world. Okay. And they could see something in you that they haven't seen in anybody in a really long time. So they're spontaneous, bold, assertive in a way, persuasive, spiritual work. Okay, so this came into me as you're trying to calm the situation. They're saying cleansing spaces. That's interesting. I'm going to put it out there as they could have had a home with somebody else and they lived there with somebody else, but they ended up with the home and that person hasn't been there for a long time. but there's a part of you that when you are in a real relationship with them, I feel like you go in there and you like sage everything, and you're like, I got to get this energy out of here, you know. So I just feel like you take an action, and that's how it feels. So some of you may be very good at that. So that could be going on. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about this connection. What do my fairies want me to know today? I have precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make sure make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. I really do feel like I said, there's a little bit of a flying by the seat of my pants. And it could be because of their career. Their career could be, let's just use real estate. If they're in real estate and something comes along and they get a phone call, you know, they're going to kind of go, right? So there is a sense of my schedule isn't always the same. My schedule is kind of sporadic. So therefore there's the spontaneity of, hey, I got the afternoon off. I don't have anything, or I don't have anything tonight. I don't have anything this weekend. So there comes the spontaneity, because I don't feel like what they do is a perfect 9-to-5 job. I feel like there's a lot more flexibility. It could be odd hours, Spirit just said. I have manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Write it down. Okay, that's step one. They're saying you checked all the boxes. So whether they wrote it down or not, or they just have, you know, that mental checklist in everybody's head. So you are probably what they have been manifesting. You are what they've been wishing for. You are the type of person they've been searching for, and they just haven't found somebody like you. So, because they said right in the beginning, you're a special person, right? You're a gem, and I'll always love you. Okay, so those things are important. Asking for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now it is time for you to ask for your angelic assistance. Excuse me. Call in your angels. There's 2 white feathers that are jumping out at me in this card. I don't know if you can see those over here. It feels like 2 people specifically in the spirit world. It could be parents. It could be a close friend and a parent. It could be a sibling. But it's 2 specific people that are very close to you, that you do call upon, that you talk to, that you say, oh, please help me. You pray to them. So ask for help, ask for guidance, but it feels more like lost loved ones. Okay, so they are there for you, Spirit just said. How beautiful. Let's get some charms. Let's see what your charms are saying today. Let's see if we can get some additional clues. Okay, so this beautiful bowl of antique depression glass. I have a collection of green. I thought that was nice for March. And let's start with some runes and some numbers. These numbers may have some specific meaning for you. So let's grab these numbers. I have the number 20, 20th of the month, 20 days. I have a 1. I have a 333, angel number. I have a number 18. I have a number 6, could be June. And I have a number 5, could be May. And let's get a scoop. Let me go over here. And we've got a couple more. All right, let's start with those. Oh, they're saying over here. Okay. All right. All right. I have a Statue of Liberty. It came into me as I wasn't born here, or my parents weren't born here. Okay. So that could be a clue. Okay. First generation, second generation, American, something like that. So that could be a clue. I have a ladybug. Make a wish. That feels like make a wish. Look for ladybugs. That could be one of your signs in particular this month. Okay. I love ladybugs, they're saying. I have a snowman. That feels like I've built a snowman recently. So I was affected by the storm. So I could live in the Northeast, something like that. So I've got this snowman energy. I've got skis. So I have snow around me. I like the snow. I like the change of seasons. What is this little guy? Okay, these are the moons. These are all the moons changing. Oh, they're the way they said it was over time. Okay. The sense of over time, you know, night and day. Night and day, you are the one, you know, we all know that song. Okay. Yeah, there's a sense of over time, you know, that will go through, like standing the test of time is how what I want to say. I have a seashell, a starfish, but I'm going to go with a star more than anything, just like a wish energy. I have a hospital. Not that I'm going to the hospital. It was like on or near a hospital. So we could have a residence that isn't very far from a local hospital, like it's right down the street. I hear the ambulances all the time because it was more of a on or near a big hospital. I have a bird on a ring. It's coming into me as single. It's just coming into me as I'm single. I'm kind of doing my own thing, you know, like I'm swinging on a star, you know, all by myself energy. So yeah, I feel like I'm definitely single. That's okay. That's good. We want single. I have a surfboard. Okay. Maybe I learned to surf when I was younger. Maybe I still surf. You know, I'm in good enough shape to surf. It's a big part of my life. It's a hobby. It's fun. Ski and surf. Okay, so you got a little bit of a jock energy. You got an athletic energy happening. I have a key. I'm going to go back to that saging feeling. You know, the person who once were in a relationship and they give you a key to their house because they say, well, I'm going to be home between, 7 and 8. Why don't you just let yourself in? And and you're in there saging, and you're in there, lighting candles and cleaning it up a little bit. But it's a little bit of a turning point, a key to key to their house. We exchange keys, something like that. And then I have scissors, and they're saying cutting all ties. There's no ties. We talk about ties. Are you connected to anybody? Is there anybody in your closet that I'm worried about? Are you still attached to anybody in any way? And I feel like it's crystal clear that they've cut all ties from their past. So I wouldn't worry about, somebody's coming out of a closet. No, they've cut all ties. We talk about it right from the beginning. There's nobody for you to worry about, Spirit just said. Okay, so sometimes we just need to hear that. That feels good. Okay, so those are our charms. Those feel nice. And Spirit, what else do you want us to know about this connection? Let's see when. When is this connection coming? Actually, let me do a couple other cards. I want to see if I can get some signs. Spirit, what kind of sign are they? I have an X. Yeah, here's the sense of, is there a door opening? No, I've cut all ties to my ex. It's like gone and buried. That's, no. I have a Capricorn. I have a Scorpio energy today. I have a Libra. Gemini. They could be a Gemini also. And I have a soulmate card. Okay. It looks like possibly for some of you, different races. Okay, different race. But it's, they're saying there's some differences between you, but nothing that bothers you. Could be religion, could be a race. maybe age, but I feel like it doesn't matter. It's just like that you're my person. So none of that would matter. Let's see what the loving messages are. Let's see what they're saying. Spirit, please share with me. I lose track of time when we're together. Time flies. There's this beautiful energy of, I can't wait to see you again. Like, I'm in a date with you now, and I'm already thinking, I want to see you tomorrow. So you've got this person like on the hook. Okay. They just are, I'm going to use the word infatuated with you and trying to figure out a way to get you into their world. Let's travel the world together. Did I just say world? Let's travel the world together. Thank you, Spirit. My family is crazy about you. I can't say I blame them. So big family, lots of fun. Meeting my mother just came in. I can't wait for you, everybody, to get to know you. They're going to love you. You'll fit right in. Loving you grows my heart immensely. Beautiful. And tell me your deep, dark secrets. I'd love you regardless. So again, cutting all ties. There's nothing in my closet. There's nothing to hide here. So I don't think that there's anything that you or them are going to say to each other that would shock you. Maybe we have vulnerability and we go through things, but nothing that would shock you. Nothing that would be like, that's a game changer. No, nothing like that. It's good, so good with you. I never want to leave. I feel like this person's going to try to figure out a way for us to spend as much time together as we can. So spontaneity is going to be key. This feeling of, I'm going to try to catch you for sure. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. If you would be interested in a private reading, please visit my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. I have 2 additional channels as well. I have a pick a card channel and a twin flame channel. So those links are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your March reading, and we'll see you all again real soon.